I feel so frustrated, and I make it so damn complicated for myself. My world seems like it's deflating. Oh, but I have to smile throughout it for everyone else. Sometimes I wanna fly high up to the clouds, and I just wanna cry, die, and never come down. I'm the silence in the noise. I'm the snowflake in the storm, and I'm so fragile, already torn. 'Cause my head is the worst of them all, but I'm unbreakable. But I'm unbreakable, yeah, I'm unbreakable, yeah, unbreakable. I'm the silence in the noise. I'm the snowflake in the storm, and I'm so fragile, already torn. 'Cause my head is the worst of them all, but I'm unbreakable. Most of the time I'm jaded, 'cause I keep quiet instead of honest. Someone help. Sometimes I wanna fly high up to the clouds, and I just wanna cry, die, and never come down. I'm the silence in the noise. I'm the snowflake in the storm, and I'm so fragile, already torn. 'Cause my head is the worst of them all, but I'm unbreakable. But I'm unbreakable, yeah, I'm unbreakable, yeah, unbreakable. I'm the silence in the noise. I'm the snowflake in the storm, and I'm so fragile, already torn. 'Cause my head is the worst of them all, but I'm unbreakable. Yeah, I'm unbreakable. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm unbreakable.
Hello, welcome one, welcome all to PBE Season 40, the semifinals. Hope you all are having a great Thursday. Thank you very much, Lumo, for subscribing at Tier 1. Much appreciated. Subscribe for 15 months. I am your host for today, AJ887, and I am joined today by the wonderful and talented Air Crew. Air Crew, how you doing today?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm doing all right. I'm looking forward to a great semifinal stream. We got 4 different matchups for you all here in chat. Legends Conference Finals, the Champions Conference Finals, and then the 2 Minors semifinal games, or the Minors semifinal series. For those of you who... Thank you, Punk, for subscribing with Prime, 18 months. We have a hype train close. Get those subscriptions in to continue on the hype train. We have 4 great matchups for you all. And for those of you who haven't seen maybe a playoff stream before, maybe you're on the newer end of the PBE, how we do it is we do the quick sim games for all of the non-elimination games, and then once we get to any elimination game, we will be full streaming that for you so that you will not miss, hopefully, your team being eliminated from the playoffs or your team advancing to the World Series. We want to make sure that you all catch the action for that. Let me go ahead and take you on over to our main stream site here. We have our crawler at the bottom, lovely little crawler that will be updating as we go with the scores of the series. And we have our main display of the OOTP software. Thank you very much, Draker586, for subscribing with Prime. We got the hype train rolling now. 11 months for Draker. So Majors Divisional Series just wrapped up on September 25th. And that is also the same day that the Minors Series actually start. So, We'll be quick simming both of these games. Real quick, let's take a look at each of these two matchups, just so we can kind of see what we're looking at. I'm going to turn BNN off now before I forget, just so
That would be wise.
yeah, just in case.
And before we get to the games, in short, to say what AJ earlier about the games, we quick sim games 1, 2, and 3, and after
Yes.
that, it depends on the status of the series. If we take 2-1 series, we quick sim one more, and then we go on.
Yep, exactly. So all non-elimination games will be quick simmed. All elimination games will be streamed live. And so looking at these two teams, this matchup here, we have the Chicago Kingpins versus the Brew City Bears for the first matchup of tonight. The Brew City Bears, the home team for this series, got the first round bye for having the best record, second best record in the minors, I believe it was. Last year, they lost in the semifinals 4-3 to Kansas City, so they just missed out on the World Series. And their last World Series appearance. What's up? Did you say something, Eric?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What game is first for predictions? We'll probably be quick simming this one first. As for the first stream game, we won't know until we actually get to elimination games. Let's see. Oh, I got. Not sure if the sim will crash after game 1, so make sure you save. All right, thanks, Enoch. I did already save prior to even moving into this, but we will save frequently.
It's the sim crashes. It's the chaos mode activating. Don't worry, guys.
We got to restart the client in order to get the chaos mod rolling. Brew City's last World Series appearance and World Series win were both in season 36. Shockingly enough, against the Chicago Kingpins, who they beat 4-3 in a very close match. So back in season 36, these two teams did meet up in the World Series. It wasn't the last World Series appearance for the Chicago Kingpins, however, they did appear in the World Series 2 seasons later in season 38, where they lost to State College 4-1. Their last World Series win, however, dates back to season 27, where they swept the Louisville Lemurs 4-0. In order to get here this season, Chicago actually beat Florida 3-1 in the first round. Last season, they were eliminated in the first round 3-0 to Louisville, so they're looking for a little bit of redemption from last season there. So two teams that are really hoping to get back to the World Series after maybe a little bit of time off from being in the World Series. Also, before I forget, to all the general managers, if you have changes to make, please make sure to submit those in your playoffs channel as soon as you can. No changes will be made until after game number 1, but make sure that you do submit those as the stream progresses. The other matchup we have here, the Dillos and the Swift Steeds, aka Hummus's favorite team to play against as a Swift Steeds fan. State College was the runner-up last season to the World Series. They lost in the World Series 4-0 to the Kansas City Hepcats after being the World Series champs back in season 38. This is their second first-round bye in a row, so they're hoping to make it back to the World Series with the help of that first-round bye. And they got that by having, obviously, the best record in the minor league, so potentially a favorite for the minors playoffs in the State College Swift Steeds. For the Dillos, their last playoffs appearance was in season 36, where they lost the first round 3-0 to Florida after winning the World Series in both seasons 34 and 35. Last time these two teams played in the playoffs was back in season 31, about 9 seasons ago, in the first round where Amarillo won 3-2. So these two teams haven't faced off all that often between each other. So, and I think that is about all the notes that we have for these two minors teams, the Dillos and the Swift, or I should say these two minors series, the Dillos versus the Swift Steeds and the Kingpins versus the Bears. I think we're about ready to get on into our first quick sim game, and that's going to be the Kingpins and the Bears. Aircrew, do you have a prediction on which team's going to come away with the game 1 victory here?
This one is close. from what I'm seeing from the lineups.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce City scores home runs, Chicago scores home runs, so I'm seeing a high scoring game that Bruce City edges out.
All right. Well, for game number one, do you want to do the box score for this one or for the Dilla Swift Steeds?
Yep.
Which one do you
I'll
want to
do
do?
this one.
You'll do this one? All right.
I'll do this one.
Drum roll. Here we go. You're right.
Bruce City gets the opening game win 9-3 is the final score against the Kingpins in a game that Bruce City dominated from the start. A 3-for-5 day in the plate at the plate from McGlee with 4 RBIs and 3 runs. 2 of them coming from a home run. And for Chicago, we have a 3-for-4 day for Benito, and the 2 RBIs coming from Wakabayashi. Moving on to pitching, the win goes to Willie the Pabst from the bullpen, going 1 2/3 with 2 earned runs in 3. Willie the Pabst, 2 earned runs in 3 hits, and Reynolds gets a hold with 1 2/3 of scoreless. Widahilis gets the loss for Chicago. 3 innings, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, 6 hits. Wet Biscuit McGlee rightfully is your player of the game.
All right. Congratulations to Bruce City on the first win of the series. You'll notice that the crawler has updated to reflect that victory. So moving on now, we have the Dillas and the Swift Steeds. Game number one between these two teams will go to the State College Swift Steeds, the hometown favorites. State College will win this one 4-3, out hitting the Dillas 12-8. We have 2 RBIs from Bob Catter at the top of the State College lineup, and a 2-for-4 day from Jake Silliams, the DH. On the side of Amarillo, 2-for-3 day with 2 RBIs from Dagon, the DH, and another RBI from Binker McTavish, the second baseman. Simmons II will take their first loss of the postseason for Amarillo, while State College has a win from Ryan Knock on the quality start, 6.1 innings pitched with 3 runs given up. Man takes the hold, and Sox gets the save. Ryan Knock will be your player of the game on the start for State College. So we'll go ahead and update that one as well on the crawler. So both of the home teams benefiting from a bit of rest. Maybe the away teams are a little bit winded from their first round series. So any minors GMs that have changes should update us in your playoff channel. If we don't hear from you before we actually before we actually get ready to quick sim the second game, we will assume that you will have no changes and we will just keep going as is.
And make sure to ping us.
Yes, absolutely. Please do ping us so that we are able, so that we see that in the server. So the majors are still on the divisional series, so we'll advance the day. Now this is the part where it might crash, so we're gonna save once again just to make sure. If it does crash, give us a moment. We'll get it right back for you. I promise. Finishing off today,
Okay,
and yep, it crashed.
Yep,
I should have.
Chaos.
It's okay.
Chaos more activated. Chaos more activated. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. It's the chaos mode.
All right, let me go ahead and real quick. I did save. I did make sure to save multiple times.
He saved twice. I can vouch for him.
Okay. Okay. And now we are back. All right. Now we are actually going to finish off the day. And we will save once again. All right. So the majors games should be populating. I meant to go to schedule. Yes, we have the Space Rangers with the Scorpions as the home team.
I can't see anything.
What's up?
I can't see anything.
Oh, that's right, because the screen share went down. That's my bad. All right, there you go. All right,
Nice.
So majors games have populated correctly, which is all good. But there's no majors games on this particular day, so we will be quick simming the minors games number 2. So all of the minors GMs, if you have changes, let us know. It looks like the Bears are good. Dillos want a stamina check. Absolutely. We'll only be doing the relief pitchers unless you have a specific request for a starter. A Works has 93. Blahaj 100. Garlic Bread 79. Trongle Man 95. Mudbone 82. Serve It Up 20. And Charlie Zoo is at 100%. Kingpins also would like a stamina check. I can do that. All right. Kingpins pitching. Bower Bottom 93. Girl Boss 0%.
The Dillos say they're good.
Okay, perfect. Goat Bisky 91. Crony 94. McMorris Jr. 64. Perez 22. And Big Yosh 97. 97.
97.
Yeah, 97. Speaking of 97, we just got a raid from Nazbase. Thank you very much. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, one and all, to the semifinal stream for Season 40 of the PvE. If someone can put the exclamation Discord command... Oh, Bailey's already on it. Thank you, Bailey. Okay, Girl Boss 2. None specified. I assume that's none specified, normal, and nothing on the secondary. Let me know if you want that changed. Chaco Perez also to the same thing. Chico Perez. None specified, normal. Okay. Save. So those two should drop to the bottom here. Yep. Right there for you. McMorris to closer. And ninth. Sorry, on ninth, so that should be good. Jolene, my dog, to set up 8th. Okay. Does that look good? Anything else, Kingpins GMs? Yeah, for all of the Raiders, this is the Pro Baseball experience. You create a player, you do weekly written tasks to get points to improve your player, and you get drafted to a minor league team, play through some minor leagues, and then get picked and then get drafted by a majors team as well. Going through that player's full career. You're not limited to one player. Once your first player retires, you can recreate a new player and keep going, but you can only have one active player at any time. If you're willing to join the Discord and give us a look, I'm sure that our rookie mentors will reach out to you and help you out with any questions that you have. But it's a really fun experience. You get to hear your name if you want your player to be named after you, or a name that you create to be called out on stream during live streamed games. Right now we're quick simming all of the early playoff games, and then we'll be actually full streaming the later ones, so be sure to stick around and you'll be able to see some of the live action PvE games. Alright, Kingpins are good. I'm not hearing anything from the Swifties. So we should be all set. Yeah, Rugsy say he went with his real name. Rugsy with the Heelys is...
A Nick is somewhere around here. I saw a Nick in the chat, so... I don't know what he's doing.
Alright, well, I think we are... Rookie mentors are standing by. Okay, Swifties are good as well. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Aneeks. If you're if you don't have any changes, you can just say we're good or something. That will help speed things along. Much appreciated. Yeah. I think we're all ready then. Since we've got all of our changes made, we'll go ahead and save one more time and head on into the second game of both of these series. Aircrew, do you want to lead us into game number 2 between the Kingpins and the Bears?
Let's go. We have a tight series here.
Hey.
2 blowouts, 1 for each team, and the Kingpins even the series up. Home field advantage on this one after an 8-2 win, with 6 runs coming at the tail end of the game at the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th. for the losing team, first we have two RBIs, one from Barrer and one from McGlee. Barrer was 2 for 3 on the day, and Aza was 2 for 4 from the 9 hole. And for the winning Chicago Kingpin side, we have a 2 for 4 day by Benito with 4 RBIs and 1 walk, including a 3-run home run. Brittles had 2 RBIs, both from solo shots. Moving to pitching, the win goes to Big Yosh from the bullpen, 2 2/3 with no runs allowed at all. The loss goes to Forum in relief for Bruce City, 2 1/3 with 2 earned runs, as Santiago Benito is your player of the game.
All right, and then game number 2 between the Dills and the Swifties. Will we see a 1-1 tie in this series as well? Or will the State College Swifties go up 2-0 over the Dillos? Let us see right now. Game number 2 of the second Minors semifinals will go to the Amarillo Armadillos. We have 2 ties in the Minors between these 2 series. 13-5, a 6-run 7th inning for the Dillos. What a blowout with the bats. We have 2 RBIs for Zane Cole, the first baseman on the side of State College, and 3 hits each for Okada Khan and Amelia Milligan, the shortstop. On the side of the Dillos, hits all around with a lot of RBIs from Dagon, who is having a great series so far already, 2 games in, with 5 RBIs in this run, scoring twice. It looks like, oh wow, he had a grand slam and a solo shot. That'll help out. That'll help out quite a bit. We also have 2 RBIs from Steiner and McKenzie as well. Garlic Bread will get the win, improving to 1-1 in the playoffs. Blank Space takes the loss for State College, while Hospital Sox will blow the save for the Swifties. Ian Dagon, your player of the game. All right, we got back-to-back ties here between these 2 minor series. Go ahead and update the crawler real quick here. And
back-to-back ties, which means two less potential games to show.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. The team needs to go, in order for us to show 4 games of a series, it has to be a 3-0, and then we stream the remaining 4, and it's a reverse sweep. So that's 1 less game that we potentially will be streaming tonight, which is always nice because it's a potential for a 16-game stream, which is a little bit extra. So no majors games today, as mentioned, so we'll go ahead and save and then advance the day and save again. We will go ahead and start with that. It is a travel day for the Minors, so all Minors GMs, if you have changes, please let us know. But it's time to start off with the majors games. Legends Conference preview here. We have the Outer Banks Aviators versus the New York Voyagers, the top 2 teams in the Legends East this season. New York had the best record, I believe, in all of the PBE, at least in the Legends Conference. And Outer Banks was not too far off of their total. These 2 have been rivals for quite some time now. And we have, this is basically a rematch from last year's semifinals, where we also had the Aviators taking on the Voyagers. No, Dolores, this one will not be streamed either. We're going to quick sim all of the non-elimination games first, and then we'll be getting into the stream games once it's elimination. But yeah, these 2 teams are rematching from the Season 39 semis, where Outer Banks won 4-3 and eventually went on to win the World Series for their 2nd in a row. They'll be looking to get back to the World Series to try and make it 3 in a row, 3 rings. They're the reigning Season 39 champion, and they did win in Season 38 as well. New York Voyagers are looking to get back to the World Series for the first time in 9 seasons. They haven't been there since Season 31, and they haven't won it since Season 25. So it's been a while for the Voyagers. Making it to the World Series would be a big deal for this club. What's up?
I had a whole career in another half, and the Voyagers only have 1 ring in that span.
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it? You think of like some of the top teams in terms of rings in the PBE, and Voyagers are definitely
They were
up there,
beating us up in Providence so many times.
Yeah, they've only had their last win of the World Series was season 25, so it's been a long time for them. Um, so it would be a big deal for this club to make it back there. Any impact players between these two teams that you're going to be looking at in this series, Aircrew?
I'm thinking of Kim on CX. I'm thinking of Bobby Person, 95 RBIs or something you cannot ignore. It's a player that can put the ball in play with favorite batting average, 95 RBIs, meaning that the shots are placed well to run multiple players, and then you have the 22 home runs, so you have a bit of everything. And then again, you have I think Otto in their pen, the
Mm-hmm.
closer, which is a key part of a team in the playoffs. Because you live and die by your butts, but you need your closer to come in and shut the door. The Aviators have that. On the
Absolutely.
flip side, you have Dictator starting the game for the Voyagers, who can go complete games, shutout teams. He can do it. And then you have 2, 3, and 4 go Brooks out in TGP having at least 20 homers and 80 RBIs each. So there is a threat there too. It's going to be close. It's going to be brutal, and I see 7 games here.
7 games. I
I
think.
want
What's it?
I want OBX to get the TPE, but it's 7 games, and I cannot give a 7 game prediction in no series.
I think it will also be a 7 game series. I think this one's going to be a close one. These two teams, hard fighters on both sides. They're going to really be scrapping at it to try and get into the World Series. So this is going to be a good matchup for sure. On the Champions Conference side, we have Lunar Base and Death Valley. And these two teams have kind of a interesting story in the sense that the last time that these two teams played was sorry, I should say the last time that these two teams have played in the playoffs against each other was way back in season 14. Yeah, it's been a while since these two teams.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that the Space Rangers will steal the Space Rangers, but in Florida instead
Yep,
of the moon.
absolutely. Yeah, they were under the Florida banner. They faced each other in season 14's World Series, and Lunar Base at the time, Florida.
Wait, what?
Yep. At the time, Lunar Base, then Florida, faced them and lost. So these two teams, so Lunar Base, who has only been in the playoffs a few times in recent years, and have never won a World Series, would love to get back to the World Series, so for the first time since season 14. Um, and would love it to be against the Scorpions, who were the ones to beat them in their last World Series appearance. Last season, Lunar Base was eliminated in the semifinals against Nashville. This is 2 seasons straight that they have lost in the semifinals. They're hoping to not make it 3. In order to get here, they did beat Nashville 3-2, who was the team that eliminated them last season. So a little bit of a revenge story for the Space Rangers there. As for the Scorpions, this is their first semifinals appearance since season 33, actually. It's been 7 seasons since the Scorpions have made it to the semifinals. Back then, they lost to the eventual champ of that season, Seattle, 4-2. And their last World Series appearance and win was back in season 31 against the New York Voyagers. So it's been 9 seasons for the Scorpions as well as the Voyagers for their last World Series appearance. So another team that has not been to the World Series in quite some time, and they would love to make it back there. It would be a big deal for this club as well. Last season, the Scorpions were eliminated in the quarterfinals, 3-1 versus Nashville. Neither of these teams have to deal with Nashville though anymore. Nashville's out of the playoffs, so it's between these two teams, and the only thing standing in their way between them and the World Series is each other. What do you have for these two teams in terms of impact players, Aircrew? Anyone that you're going to be keeping an eye on throughout the series?
First of all, it's the all 3 lunar base starters, both in the dirt, right, and Benjamin. I mean, we clown Hummus for this player. We call him Benjamin, but I mean, it's a very solid pitcher. Despite the 4.52 year season, it's a solid player that can do damage at any given at any time. And in the playoffs, the things are different. Also, Marston can shut the door. Ragnar can shut the door with 19 and 13 saves respectively. Also, Ragnar had a 2.59 ERA in the regular season, which is perfectly solid. A stopper. Onto hitting, I have for Lunar Base. I am singling out Arthur Morgan with 7 home runs, meaning that they can get the long ball going, and Dobson with the 75 RBIs and the 19 home runs, meaning that they can both hit the long ball and score runs. On the other side, I'll say that Morgan, one of my MVP candidates, I have to say that, with a 4.5 WAR. For DVS, I have to single out Max Power, 40 home runs, 8 short of the or home run in a season. 94 RBIs, a 304 average, 406 OBP, 684 slugging. The guy just hits the ball, hits it hard, hits it out of here, and puts runs on the board. It's a very high impact player. Also, Giuseppe Jones, the starter, and Garrett Scudder, the stopper for DVS with 15 saves in their name and a sub-1 whip.
And you mentioned Arthur Morgan as an MVP candidate for you. I think Max Power also has to kind of be in that
Max
conversation
Power,
as well.
Max Power is my favorite.
The favorite for
Morgan
MVP?
is my dark horse.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I think we're about ready to get into game one of both of these. Which box score do you want to take for? Do you want to take Legends or Champions for this one?
I'll take the Champions.
All right. So I'll lead us into game one between Outer Banks and New York. Game number one of the Legends Conference Finals will go to the New York Voyagers, who open up the conference finals with a win here. 4-2 is the final score for the Voy Boys. 3-for-4 day for J.R. Frankenstero in that leadoff position with 2 RBIs. On the side of Outer Banks, we have a 2-for-4 day from Suyu Asui, the third baseman, and RBIs from Beb Bipperson and 43 senior. Assuage will take the loss for Outer Banks on the start, while Pete Williams gets the win and the blown save for New York in relief. Cap Penalty, their second save of the playoffs. Evil Dictator, though, will be your player of the game, giving up only 1 earned run on 5.1 innings pitched. So, congratulations to New York for taking the 1-0 lead in this series. New York and OBX GMs, you can start submitting any changes that you want for game number 2 now as we head on into the conference finals.
And we're moving to game 1 of the Champions Conference, with Lunar Base being undefeated on the road and DVS being undefeated at home. Someone's has to go here, and whose is it? DVS remain undefeated at home with an 8-6 win over the Space Rangers in a game where DVS had 12 hits and Luna had 10. Nice grab there. 2 hits for Morgan, as we said already, and 3 RBIs, 2 for Oatmeal, 2 for Alvarez with 2 RBIs, and 2 for Slotseco for Lunar Base. On the side of DVS, we had Power with a 3-run home run. I mean, it was expected. With, one hit, right? 1 home run, 3 RBIs. It was right in front of us. 10-minute version gets 2 hits, Plummer gets 2 hits, and Guerrero gets 2 hits and 2 RBIs to their name. 10-minute version batting .467 in the playoffs with 3 home runs and 5 RBIs so far. Going down to pitching, the starters get no decisions, both going 6 innings. In the dirt, 2 earned runs in 8 hits with 6 strikeouts. Got 3 earned runs in 7 hits with 6 strikeouts. Tyler gets a blown save, their first of the playoffs, and Lebowski gets a win. 1 1/3 with no earned runs, where the loss goes to Ragnarok, who went 1 2/3 with 3 earned runs in 4 hits, as Kuma is your player of the game. Can we see Kuma's line?
Yep.
Because I skipped it.
There. Right at the
Kuma
top.
was, yeah, of course. It's a 3-for-4 day with 1 RBI. Yeah, I shouldn't have skipped that.
All right. Well, Death Valley and New York will take a one-game lead in their respective series. Go ahead and update the crawler with that. So all Majors GMs now, if you have changes to make for game number 2, please ping us in your channels or give us a thumbs up or something if you're good. Even just saying all good in the chat helps move things along. We appreciate it greatly. Travel day for the miners as mentioned, so we'll go ahead and save, advance, and save once again. Moving into the next day of games. And there should be games on both of these, so we'll go ahead and quick sim we'll do the minors changes first and then quick sim so that the majors teams have time to sort out any changes that they want to make. Kingpins.
For the record, the Voivodes are in already.
Okay. All right, perfect. We'll take a look at those at the majors teams as well after we get the minors squared away here. All right. Stamina check for the Kingpins. Bauer Bottom's good. Girl Boss is at 78% for relief pitcher, 55 for starting pitcher. Goat Bisky, 98. Crony, 67. McMorris Jr. is good. Perez is at 69% for relief pitcher and 52% for starting pitcher. And Big Yosh, 64.
Dilos are good.
Bears are good. Swifties want a stam check. All right. Stamina check. I forgot. Trey Taylor, 100%. Belong with me, 100. Blank space, 67. Mantic, 78. Sox, 76. Sterling, 87. Everyone else is good. Kingpins have changes. We'll go ahead and go on over there. Girl Boss to stopper. 8th and close. High leverage. McMorris to setup. 7th. High leverage. My Dog to middle relief. Chico Perez to middle relief. Since there was no secondary role or usage option for both of those, I'm assuming that it's just normal usage and no secondary role. Please let me know if that is incorrect or if you guys are good or if you have any other changes. All good. Okay, perfect. Swifties are good. Fine. All right, so I think we're all set then. Miners teams have made their changes. So we're ready to head on into game number 3 for both of these minor semifinals. So why don't you take us through the Bears Kingpins, right?
Let's go. Let's see if the Bears can get home field advantage back here. And they do. A close game, 12 total runs. The Bears win 7-5. 12 out hitting Chicago 12 hits to 8 in a game where Chicago had 3 errors. For Bruce City, on the batting side, we have 2 hits for Bearer, 2 hits with 2 RBIs for Nash, and 3 hits from McGlee, who's batting .500 during the playoffs, as does Bearer. For Chicago, we have 2 hits with 4 RBIs by Murphy the second. All RBIs coming from home runs, 1 3-run shot and 1 solo shot. On to pitching, we have the starters getting no decisions, 3 and 2 innings, 3.2 innings for Gozman with 4 earned runs, 3.1 for Lothbrok with 3. Tony gets the loss for Chicago, 1 2/3 with 1 earned run, as Schindler gets the win for Bruce City, 2 1/3 with 1 earned run. Gibson gets a hold, 1 1/3 with no earned runs, and Cook gets a save, 1 2/3 with no earned runs, as Kent Murphy is your player of the game.
All right, congrats to Bruce City taking a 2-1 lead here. So that'll bring us to the Swifties and the Dillos. Semifinal game number 3 of this series. We have Tiny Chef on the mound for the Swifties, Wayne Wheeler on the mound for the Dillos. And the winner of game number 3, taking a 2-1 lead over their opponent, is going to be the State College Swift Steeds, who win this one 4-1, courtesy of a 2-run homer and a solo homer in the second, leading to a 3-run second inning for the Swift Steeds. Maple Dogwood and Mo Love are going to be the hitters of those 2 home runs. We have a 2-hit day from Love on the side of Swift Steeds. On the side of the Dillos, 2 hits from Unique Name and 1 RBI from Steiner. Not much else going on in terms of hitting on by the way of the Dillos. Wow, my tongue melted. Wayne Wheeler will take the loss for the Dillos, and Tiny Chef will get the win, going 8 shutout innings, giving up only 3 hits and 1 walk, striking out 6 for State College. They are going to be your player of the game, of course. What a great day on the mound for Tiny Chef. And Chad is already saying to let Tiny Chef cook. I think he cooked up a masterpiece here. Well done to State College.
Bro, that was that's base. That's base. That's base. Let the chef cook. Come on, dude. Chat, you can do better, chat. You can do better.
No, I think that was perfect. Well done. Okay, we do have changes for the majors games. Minors GMs, if you have changes for game number 4, that one will be quick simmed as well for both of these 2 teams.
We have changes for 2.
What's up?
Game 2. We have changes for 2. The Voyagers and the Space Rangers have posted screen caps. The Aviators want a Morgan stamina check.
Okay. All right, we'll get to the Aviators.
I don't think it's a joke or not, but just saying it because I'm seeing it.
Yeah. I would hope that that memes would be more obvious in the playoff streams, but maybe not. Okay. Just making sure that everything from Enoch's screen cap is good. All right, Voyagers have made their changes. Enoch, let me know if I missed anything there. It looks like I got everything, I think. Aviators, just checking Morgan stamina as mentioned. Morgan, 100% rested. They're good. Space Rangers, pitching changes. I'm not seeing anything from the Scorpions. Scorpions, if you have changes, please let us know. If not, please let us know anyway. Marston to Stopper. 7th and close. And no secondary. Ragnarok to Mirror Leaf, normal usage. And no secondary. Macarena to middle relief, normal usage, high levers, they're already there. Beauregard Rove, middle relief, used less often, long relief, they're already there. And Lightyear is perfect. Alright, cool. Dirk, let me know if that looks good or if I missed anything. Still nothing from the other majors GMs. I do see some minors teams chiming in their channels. Thank you very much. Any other changes from majors GMs? We'll give you a sec, but hopefully we're moving things along pretty soon here. Go ahead and do a sec.
Silence from the Scorps. I guess since they're winning, they have no changes.
Guess so. Cal's typing. Okay, Cal's all right. They're good. Aviators said they're good. Space Rangers and Voyagers didn't confirm anything or say whether it was. Okay, I assume we're. Okay, Cal
I think we're good.
Okay. All right, I think we're good to get going then. Game number 2 for the Legends Conference and the Champions Conference. I'll be taking us through the Legends Conference game number 2, and then Aircrew will be taking you through the Champions Conference game number 2. New York leads the series 1-0. Will Outer Banks bounce back to tie it up 1-1, or will the Voyagers take a 2-0 lead on their way over to OBX? With the travel day impending. New York versus Outer Banks. The winner of game number 2 is the New York Voyagers, who go into the road 3 games with a 2-0 lead, barely getting this one 9-8. Took them extras to do it. 12 innings of baseball between these two teams. Yes.
It was a walk.
It was a walk-off walk.
It was a walk-off walk. No, that sucks.
TGP
That
with
sucks.
good eye. 4 hits from TGP, but 1 walk, which was the more important one, I guess. 3 hits for Palidorus, and Moose, and Frankenstero all on the side of New York, and a 4-for-6 day with 2 RBIs from Franklin DeMars. Outer Banks has a 3-for-4 day with 3 runs scored and 2 RBIs from Marcus Emerson, and 2 hits and an RBI from Schneider and Kim.
A true walk-off.
A true walk-off, yeah. Williams will take the loss for Outer Banks in relief, while Tucker Montgomery gets the win for New York in relief as well. Both starters got a little bit roughed up through about 4 innings each. Marcus Emerson will be your player of the game. All right. Go ahead and adjust the crawler and then head on into the Champions Conference game. Should be all set.
Here we go. And the series is tied. 3 runs at the top of the 5th and 3 runs at the top of the 7th for the Lunar Base Space Rangers, who go back to the moon with the home field advantage in this series after tying up 1-1. A 4-for-5 day with 2 RBIs by just in case. Let me see the home runs. No home runs for Gase. Just 3 doubles. Impressive showing. Double here. Triple-double. And a 3-for-4 day by Ostman on the side of DVS. On pitching, Mano Wright goes 7 2/3 with 4 earned runs. Johnny Tsunami II goes 4 1/3 with 2 earned runs, and no starter gets a decision. Lebowski gets the loss, 2 outs with 3 earned runs. Martin gets the win in relief, 1 1/3 with 1 earned run, and Ragnarok gets save number 2 in the playoffs with no earned runs in 2 innings, as Justin Gase is your player of the game. And there's a special note here, as Justin Gase ties the Champions playoff game record for doubles with 3.
All right. Well, 2 different stories here. New York heading to Outer Banks with a 2-0 lead, while Lunar Base and Death Valley are tied after 2 games. And in terms of the minor leagues, we will be heading into game 4 for them shortly. So any GMs that have changes in either the minors or the majors, be sure to ping us in your channels, or just let us know that you're doing good and that you're having a lovely Thursday evening. Go ahead and finish off today. It is the travel day for the majors, so we will head to the minors and quick sim both of these games. But first, we do have changes to make. Dillos say they're all good. Bears have changes. Absolutely, we can do that.
The Swifties are also good to go.
Excellent. Jeff Gibson's secondary in the pen to set up. Dunzo.
And the pins need stamina check.
Sure thing. Stamina check. Who's my dog is in the pen. My dog's at 100%. Then we have Bottom 100%. Girl Boss 44. Goat Bisky 98. Crony 3. McMorris is good. Perez is at 3% as well, and Big Yosh is at 78%. remember Majors teams. If you have changes, I do see actually all 4 Majors channels are lighting up, so that's good. We will be quick simming game number 4, NYV off to Alaska. That caught me off guard. I had completely forgot about that. That was a good meme. That meme needs to be circulated more often, I feel like. Chico Perez to none specified. Okay, none specified. I assume none specified normal. Same thing with Chromie. Okay, and then Girl Boss to closer 9th. Closer 9th. I assume secondary role stays the same, but let me know if you want me to change that to neutral. Alright, I'll go ahead and save. Alright, so Swifties are good, Delos are good, Bears are good. Kingpins didn't confirm whether or not the secondary role for Girl Boss was to be high leverage or normal, so I think we're all good there. So we should be all set to head on into game number 4 for both of these are going to be quick simmed as well. So Aircrew, you ready for us to head on into game number 4 for the Bears Kingpins?
Let's go.
Alrighty.
And 3-1. Blue City Bears get to series point with a 9-8 win over the Chicago Kingpins, despite the Kingpins scoring 4 runs at the bottom of the 8th. Chicago out-hit Blue City 14-9. For Blue City, 2 hits, 3 RBIs by McGlee, 2 hits, 3 RBIs by Valor Jr., and 1 hit, 3 RBIs by Nash. As Allard had 3 hits and 3 RBIs for Chicago, with Murphy the second having 3 hits with 1 RBI, both in 4 at-bats. Moving on to pitching, we get with Achilles getting the loss, 6 earned runs in 1 2/3. Lotto Heineken Bear version 2.0 gets no decision, 3 1/3 with 3 earned runs. Lotto Heineken Bear gets the win in relief, 2 2/3 with 1 earned run. Gibson gets the hold, no earned runs in 2 outs. Reynolds gets the save, no earned runs in 2 outs, as well as Theo Allard is your player of the game.
All right, Bears are 1 game away from the World Series, or 1 win away, I should say, from the World Series, and they've got 3 games to do it. They just need to win 1 of the next 3. Kingpins need to win all 3 of the next 3, which means we will be watching all of the subsequent games for the Bears Kingpins series, however many there are. So we will be watching all of those live streamed. And we might be doing the same for the Swifties Armadillos. If State College gets a win here, if the Dillos tie it up, we'll be quick simming game number 5 as well. But in order to determine whether that does happen or not, let's go ahead and quick sim this one. Game number 4 between the State College Swifties and the Amarillo Armadillos. The winner of game number 4 is the Amarillo Armadillos. We have it tied back up. The Dillos take this one 8-4, 12-9 on the hits column. We have a 3-for-5 day for unique name at the top of the Dillos batting order. 3 runs scored there. 3 RBIs for Walker Wallace on a 2-for-4 day. On the side of State College, a 2-for-5 with 2 RBI day for Bob Catter in the leadoff spot and 2 hits for Okada Khan and Maple Dogwood. Ryan Knock takes the loss, while Simmons II will get the win for Amarillo. Their second of the playoffs. Serve it up the hold. Mudbone, their first save of the playoffs, and unique name will be your player of the game. So we have a tied series between the Swifties and the Dillos. We'll go ahead and save the crawler there. So we will be quick simming game number 5 between these 2 teams while we stream the Bears Kingpins game number 5. Should be yep, it's a travel day for the majors, so we will go ahead and save and finish the day and then head on into majors changes before we well, actually, yeah, these will have to be quick simmed anyway, so we'll do the majors first on this day, so that they can have time during the the Bears Kingpins game to make changes for their next series game. But let's go ahead and do the majors changes now. Voyagers want a stamina check. Yes, we can do that. Anchovy is good. Montgomery is at 93. Patey V2 is at 82. Rosas 69.
Nice.
Nice. A penalty 53. And Pete Williams 49. There you go, Voyagers. Scorpions also want to see stamina. So, minors GMs, remember if you have changes to make, go ahead and let us know ASAP. Who's in the bullpen? Lebowski is. Lebowski is at 69% for relief pitching, 57% for starting pitching. Aaron Beck at 64%. Clifton's good. Jackson's good. Petrovic's good. Scudder is at 76%. And Striker Jr. is at 84%. Aviators say to set Morgan Hook to +4. Gianna Morgan. There they are. Gianna Morgan. Hook as starter, I'm assuming. There's +5. Down 1, +4. Pitch count to 130. 130. Gonna save it, and then we'll go back into the strategy real quick to make sure that it did indeed take for you. Yep, +4, 130. Should be all good there. Aviators, let us know if you have any additional changes. Space Rangers have changes. There we go. Changes to their pitching. Marston to stopper, anything close. Allegra Macarena to middle relief, use more often, high leverage. Done. Ragnarok, middle relief, normal usage, high leverage. Done. Beauregard Rove, middle relief, use less often, long relief, and light year's good. Alright. Let me know if I missed anything, Dirk, or if you guys are good. Voyagers.
Boys have posted.
Thank you.
They got Montgomery, MR more often.
MR more often.
AV2 MR normal.
All
But
right.
he's
That's good.
okay. Penalty MR normal.
Okay.
Rosas MR less often,
Done.
as it is.
Yep.
Anchovy long and avoid high leverage.
All right. Good.
And Williams non-specified normal.
Dunzo.
And they also want a Crawford starter hook 2+2.
All right. Crawford starter hook. It's already at 0, so 1, 2. Save. And then we'll go out and back to the strategies just to make sure. It should have taken. Yep, it did. Should be all good there. All right. Anything else from any of the other teams? Aviators. Aviators said they're good.
Did you give the stamina check to the Scorpions?
We did, yeah. So I'm not sure if they have any changes based on that.
They have nothing.
Nothing so far.
Gal is around.
Oh, it's typing. Lone HO are hypocrites to a team. I don't think we can do that. I don't think. Leave it for now. Okay.
Yeah, they're leaving it for now.
Excellent.
Okay, we're good.
All right, so I think we're good then. Unless any majors teams have a very quick change that I missed, please let us know ASAP, because we're gonna head on into game number 3 then. Between these 4 majors teams, and so I will start us off. Right? I'm doing the legends. I think I was doing the legends. Box scores. All right.
You were.
New York leads the series 2-0. Outer Banks has the home field advantage, though. Does that make a difference for game number 3? We have Crawford on the mound versus Gianna Morgan. Both of these pitchers very solid for their teams during the regular season. Which one is going to come out on top today? Voyagers or Aviators? Voyagers have a chance to take a 3-0 lead. Aviators should probably get a win here in order to try and avoid any kind of reverse sweep necessity. So here we go. New York versus Outer Banks. Game number 3. The winner is the New York Voyagers, who take a 3-0 lead here in the semifinals. They are looking to get revenge from last season's semifinals here. Outer Banks are going to need
Broomsticks
to reverse.
loading.
What's up?
Broomsticks loading.
Yeah, broomsticks loading. Yeah. Well, don't jinx it too hard. But Voyagers with the 8-6 win here put themselves within one win of making it to the World Series. Outer Banks going to need to reverse sweep them to get there. Suyu Asui with a great day at the plate, though. 4 RBIs. Nick Fielder, 3 hits on the day. New York has a 3-for-5 day with an RBI from Palidorus and 2 RBIs each from TGP and Cove. Crawford gets the win, penalty the hold, PDV2 the save. Gianna Morgan will take the loss on the day, and Suyu Asui will be your player of the game despite the loss. So there we have it. New York, a great start to the series. They just need to win one of their last 4, which means we will be watching every single game of this series from here on out, which means if our predictions of Game 7 happening in this series are correct, it's going to be a while. We're going to have a lot of games to watch in terms of that
I may
series.
have time to jump out, do the ISFL sim, and then jump back in to continue.
Potentially. All right. Well, you ready to bring us through the box score for game
let's
number
go.
3? All right.
It's Jones versus Benjamin. And Benjamin probably throws a gem here as the Space Rangers win 5-1. The 3 runs for the Space Rangers at the bottom of the 6th are the difference. Made a big difference. The RBI from DVS game from Power was 1 for 4 on the day. For Lunar Base, we have a 2-hit 2 RBI day for Just In Case, and a 2-hit day for Rake in the lake. On to pitching, we have Benjamin, 7 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. That's a good game. That could be a gem in the playoffs. As Jones gets the loss, 5 earned runs. As Alexander Benjamin is your player of the game.
All right. Well, Lunar Base will take a 2-1 lead there, so we won't be streaming game number 4 between these two. We'll be quick simming it, but we will be streaming game number 4 between the Voyagers and the Aviators. So now let's head to the minors. We do potentially have changes here. Swifties want a stamina check. I don't know why I went to that menu. Swifties. Pitching. Looks like Bears haven't made any mention of whether they didn't want changes, so please do. Let's see. Trey Taylor, 100%. Belong With Me, 100%. Blank Space, 92. Mantix, 84. Sox is at 51. T2 is at 89. Everyone else is at 100. There you go, Swifties. Kingpins want a stamina check as well. Yep, we can do that. Who's in the... Jolene, my dog, is in the pen. 2% on relief pitching, 6 for starting pitching. Bottom at 20. Girl Boss at 64. Goat Bisky is good. Crony is at 22% for relief, 15 for starting. McMorris, 90. Perez, 15% for starting, 28 for relief. Big Yosh, 94. Swifties say they're fine. Dillos want a stamina check as well. Alright. Gritty's in the pen for them. 96 relief pitching for Gritty. Workst is at 71. Blahaj, 93. Garlic Bread 95, Trongo Man 98, Mudbone 76, Serve It Up 13, and Zoo is at 81. There you go, Dillos. Let us know if you have changes. Bears are good. Kingpins have changes to the pitching. Alright. My Dog to none specified. Good. Bower Bottom to none specified. I'm assuming no secondary role as well. Perez to none specified. Already there. Crony to none specified. Already there. Girl Boss to Stopper, 8th and close. Stopper, 8th and close. Assuming to keep the high leverage secondary role, but let me know if that is incorrect. Saving game. Kingpins GMs, let me know if there's any changes that I missed or if you're good. Okay, they're good. Swifties said they're fine. Bears, we're letting it ride, waiting on the Dillos potentially. And then we should be all set. Let's see. Make the following changes. Sure. Mudbone to closer. 9th, none. Serve It Up to middle relief. Normal. And none. Charlie to middle relief, normal use. Setup. Alright. Does that look good for you, Zodiac? And Double Dub? Yep. Alright, perfect. Alright, we should be all set to go then. And since the since the majors games are done, we could throw on BNN for the Swifties Dillos game. So I think we're gonna do that. I'll just have
Why
to.
don't we just quick sim and then live stream?
Oh yeah, I guess we could do that. Yeah. All right, well, we'll go ahead and do that then. State College Swifties versus the Dillos. Series tie at 2. Which one is gonna take a 3-2 lead? Well, BNN would do the majors, yeah, but the majors are already done. All right, so we'll go ahead and quick sim the Swifties and Dillos. All of the girls you loved before versus Evan Early on the mound. The winner of game number 5, taking a 3-2 lead over their opponent, is going to be the State College Swifties, who take a 3-2 lead over the Dillos by winning this one 6-5, out hitting them 15-6. 2 RBIs for Steiner. 2 hits for Wallace, both on the side of the Dillos. On the side of State College, 3 for 4 day with 2 RBIs from Mo Love and a 2-hit day from 5 different batters. I'm not going to read them all off, but Okada Khan, the only one of those 5 with an RBI as well. Sox will blow the save. Mantix gets the win for State College. Garlic Bread will take their second loss of the playoffs, and Mo Love will be your player of the game. So congrats to the Swifties, who take a 3-2 lead. And we will be watching all of the remaining games, either 1 game or 2 games for that series. Will be live streamed, and we'll be watching all of those in the coming days of the stream. So that brings us to our only streamed game of September 30th. I'll go ahead and save real quick before we get on into that. And that's the Brew City Bears versus the Chicago Kingpins. Do we have a prediction going yet? Or I assume not, probably. So, Bears versus Kingpins. BNN, we can just turn that off and pause the play-by-play to get rid of the BNN widget, because I'm sure that will show up. And maybe we'll get weird camera angles. Yeah, go ahead and put a prediction up, Dolores. I think we're ready to Yeah, I know we're quick saving all non-elimination games. You know, but, okay, whatever. I just figured we'd give, we'd have the live updates for the other one, but it's whatever. Who cares? Apparently, a lot of people care a lot. Okay, so Casey Schaefer will be on the mound for the Kingpins, 1-7 on the regular season, 4.25 ERA, while Jerry Riggs will be on the mound for the Brew City Bears, 6-7 with a 4.02 ERA this regular season. Air Crew, between these two teams, who do you think we'll be keeping an eye out for as the Bears look to punch their ticket to the World Series?
I think we have to look at the Blanco and Cove on the side of Chicago in terms of their offense. 17 home runs for Blanco, 13 for Cove, with 71 RBIs coming from each one of them. And for Brew City, we have Bear and McLeod to look, 15 home runs each with 70 RBIs coming from McLeod, with Bear having a 3.25 batting average, meaning they can put the ball in play and cause action around the bases. A 4.2 ERA for Jerry Riggs and a 4.25 for Schaefer. I'm seeing both teams getting to 4-5 runs, or I think 4 or 5 would be the runs needed for a team to win the game. Maybe 6. That's the things we're looking at this game.
All right. Well, reminder that we do have a prediction rolling for who will win between Chicago and Brew City. Currently, looks like chat really likes Chicago. 4.1 thousand channel points are put down on Chicago versus 50 for Brew City. At least from my stream, which doesn't typically update very fast, so it's possible that those numbers that I just gave are completely inaccurate. Okay, Brew City, it looks like I got a little bit of a swing of channel points back in their favor, but Bears versus Kingpins, who will win is the prediction. Make sure to get your predictions in quickly because we are about to get started. And I will be casting the offense of the Bears while Air Crew will be taking us through the Kingpins lineup. So I'll be bringing us on into game here at the Jose 43 Stadium. Gonzalez Jr., Bearer, and Goose will be the first 3 batters against Casey Schaefer, the left-handed pitcher for the Chicago Kingpins. Here we go. We are underway in Chicago. Brew City could punch their ticket to the World Series with a single win right here. Kingpins need to stave off elimination by winning all 3 of their next games, this one included. And we are underway here in Chicago. Steve Gonzalez Jr. is going to be the first one up. I need to pause real quick because I'm noticing that we're not getting audio on the stream. A quick strikeout by Gonzalez and then a single by Bone Bearer will start us off. Give me a moment here to get the audio fixed. Hopefully this fixes it. Nope, that didn't. Sorry about that, folks. One moment. There we go. All right, we're back. It's a little loud. We're going to turn it down just a hair. Okay. All right. So with a single by Bone Bearer, they're off for second now and immediately caught stealing by the catcher Benito. I'll bring up Swanson Goose with a fly ball to shallow center field. Easy grab for Brown. Bears do get a hit, but nothing across. Will bring us to the bottom of the first.
Second, advancing Benito to third as Cove hits first, and that one is a flyout by Bartholomew Brown. The Kingpins open the score 1-0.
We'll be seeing Wet Biscuit McGlee, the DH, starting us off here in the top of the second. with a quick ground out to the left-hand side. Notice Ixon goes down on the strikeout, and that will bring up Dustin Nash, the catcher. 2 away, base paths empty. And a quick ground ball to the right side will retire the side. The Bears go down 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the second.
And here we go with Murphy. Getting a fly out. That is out number 2. I'm sorry for the first out. I was kind of spaced out here. And a check swing for Wakabayashi for out number 3. Quick 1-2-3 by the Kingpins. Down they go. But they're still up by 1.
All right, top of the third, Federico Del Monte will ground out to the third baseman, Murphy the second, for out number 1 here in the top of the third. Vidal Valor Jr. will ground out as well. Both pitchers doing a good job of keeping the ball on the ground so far today. And I spoke too soon, of course, as Xander Aza will loft that one into right field for a single. Steve Gonzalez Jr. will fly out to right center field, though, so no damage done by the Bears offense as Schaefer gets out of the inning. We get to the bottom of the third, still 1-0 Chicago.
Bottom of the third, as the leadoff hitter Nate Riddles will fly out to the right center, and that is a quick ground out against Alisa Jacob, and that one is caught at the deep right. It felt like a home run by Pedro Blanco, but it was not. Another 1-2-3, down go the Pins.
All right, it's going to be Bone Bearer, the first baseman, who goes down on the strikeout here to start off the top of the fourth against Schaefer. Base hit right back up the middle by Swanson Goose. And the Bears have a base runner. They have 3 hits so far this game, but they're still down 1-0. A quick ground out by McGlee will bring up Ixon, who will ground out themselves to end the inning. Bears get a runner into scoring position, though, here in the fourth, but they can't bring him across. It's still 1-0 Chicago.
Santiago Benito is at the base, and that one is gone. A solo shot 439 feet away from the plate as Chicago puts one more run at their board. It's 2-0. Bringing up Cove, who follows up with a base hit. It is a single in the outfield, and that one is a bunt, but Brown would be called out as Cove advances to second. And that one is also gone. 2 home runs on the same inning for the Kingpins. This time it is a 2-run shot by Teo Allard. 3rd home run of the playoffs and 8th RBI. It's 4-0 Chicago as Murphy II is called out on strikes for out number 2. Bringing up Wakashi, who will ground out, but the damage is already done. The Kingpins are up 4-0 after 4.
Chicago is not ready to stay at home without any more baseball. They want to keep on playing in this series. And with a quick couple of flyouts from Nash and Del Monte, it's looking good in this inning for Chicago. Del Valor Jr. with a quick ground out, and another 1-2-3 inning for the Bears offense, not able to generate anything here in the 5th.
Bottom of the 5th, here we go with Riddles grounding out, followed up by Alisa Jacob fouling out. That's 2 quick outs here for Chicago. And that's the 1-2-3 against Pedro Blanco, who's still trying to find their footing here in the playoffs.
It's going to be Casey Schaefer back on the mound for the Kingpins. Xander Aza will ground out quickly. And now here's Steve Gonzalez Jr. New pitcher enters the game is Big Yosh. Bears weren't able to get to the starter. We'll see if they can get to the bullpen. Gonzalez Jr. flies out and Bearer strikes out. Not in this inning, they won't, as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Chicago still leads 4-0.
Santiago Benito, the hot hitter, batting 44 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs, is at the plate and will throw a walk. And that's a base hit by Cove. Benito will advance to second. A bunt. It's a ground out against ground, but both Benito and Cove advance 1, and they're both in scoring position. As Allard has a base hit, we're driving 1, we're driving 2. It's a 2 RBI single for Teo Allard. RBIs 3 and 4 in the game, and it is 6-0 Chicago as Murphy has a single with Allard. Get out at the second base. A ground out on the filter stairs against Wakabayashi. The half inning is over, but Chicago is ahead by 6 now.
It's going to be Big Yosh back on the mound to take on Swanson Goose, who flies out to center field, as well as Wet Biscuit McGlee, who steps into the box now. Quick liner right to Allard. That's going to be out number 2. Here's Notice Ixon with the strikeout called on the sinker. Now we head to the stretch here in Chicago, as the Kingpin still leads 6-0. It's not looking good for the Bears.
Bottom of the 6th, of the 7th, Brittles has a single, followed by a single by Jacob. 2-1 with no outs for Blanco, who has a single. Jacob is out at second. Brittles advances at third, right through the middle for Benito, who drives in 1. But Blanco is out at third. That is out number 2 with a run on board. Out number 3 against Ozark Cove, the shortstop. 7 innings through, 7-0 Chicago.
It's going to be Dustin Nash flying out for the first of the remaining 6 outs for the Bears. There's 7 runs down, and they only have 5 outs now to play with. Del Monte will get on board with a single to the left. That'll bring up Vidal Valor Jr. Quick fly out right to the right fielder, Jacob. And with 2 outs and a runner on first, Aza will do the exact same thing. Back-to-back flyouts will end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th for Chicago to extend their lead one more time, question mark?
They don't on this one, as Brown is tagged out at first. And a walk by Theo Allard. 1 on with 1 out for Kent Murphy, the second, who is out in the infield. And a swing and a miss by Wabayashi, as now everything looks faster. Chicago is up 7-0 after 8.
A blowout so far indeed. Last chance for the Bears is this inning. Gonzalez Jr. will lead him off with a flyout against Big Yosh, who's still pitching after almost 3 innings of work. Bear will fly out as well. Bears down to their last out. They need 7 runs. Not looking great. And a quick ground out back to the pitcher. Chicago will stay in it and add another win to their total. They still trail in the series, but now it's a lot closer. 3-2. Kingpins still need to win both of their remaining 2 games in order to advance to the World Series. Bears just need to win 1 of the next 2. And if you are the Bears or a Bears fan, you just need to kind of shake this one off. Credit it to not a great day at the plate and figure out how to make improvements for game number 6. But for the Kingpins, you just want to keep doing what you're doing, as you need to keep on doing that for the next 2 games. A great day at the plate for Allard, who had 4 RBIs. Schaefer and Big Yosh, the only 2 pitchers needed for the Kingpins, and they shut down this Brew City Bears offense in spectacular fashion. Santiago Benito, though, is going to be your player of the game, 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, 2 runs, and 2 walks for the Chicago catcher. So, if you are a Miners GM, make sure that you let us know if you have any changes for game number 6. You'll have a travel day to think about it, as both of these teams head back to the stadiums that they originally played at for the first 2 games of the set, State College and Brew City. Majors, we'll go ahead and finish off the day and save. The Majors teams, we probably do have some changes, and we do have a game to watch. As mentioned, it is a travel day for the Miners. So we will take a look at the Majors teams changes that were submitted. I'll start off with, okay, Aviators say no changes. Just be the pilot. I don't know what that means. I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, Lunar Base has changes. I assume you're referring to the copy pasta, but I don't know what being the pilot can do other than what I've just been doing. Marston to stopper in 7th. Macarena to middle relief used more often, and high leverage, they're already there. Ragnarok, middle relief, normal usage, high leverage, already there. Beauregard Grove, middle relief used, already there. Okay, the only change was Marston, looks like. Alright. Dirk, let me know if there's any other changes or if I missed anything. Scorpions want a stamina check. You know what it means? Not really. All right, stamina check for the Scorpions. Lebowski is at 93% as a relief pitcher, 100% as a starter. Beckett 76. Clifton's good. Jackson's good. Petrovic is at 71. Scudder 93. Striker Jr. 89. Let me know if you have any changes based on that stamina check, Scorpions. Voyagers want the same thing, stamina check as well. We can do that. We'll start off with Anchovy, who is 100%. Montgomery, 53. PDV2, 53. Rosas, 78. Penalty, 42. And Williams, 76 as a reliever, 55 as a starter. Also, you said stem check. Are we examining flowers? I'm just messing with you, Enoch. I know that was a typo. No changes from the Scorpions. Good. Space Rangers. Oh, Space Rangers do have one additional change. We'll go ahead and check that out real quick here. Macarena to normal usage. And remove high leverage. Done. Thank you for tagging me and letting me know. Voyagers have changes. So these should be the last changes that we're making, I'm guessing, since Aviators are good, Scorpions are good. Space Rangers made their changes already. Pete Williams to stopper. 8th and close. Middle relief. Montgomery to middle relief normal. Rosas to middle avoid high leverage. Pay to middle normal, already there. Cap penalty to non-specified normal. And Anchovy is already there. That should be everything. I'm just double checking against your list here. That looks correct. Let me know if I'm missing anything there, Enoch. But other than that, I think we should be all set to go then. Reminder to Miners GMs, if you have changes needed for Game 6, let us know. I see the Swifties and Bears have already pinged us. But for the Dillos and Kingpins, if you have changes, let us know. But I think we're ready to get on into the next game. As mentioned, Miners are on a travel day, so we will start off by...
It's
What's
quick
up?
simming.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and start off by quick simming this one. So you want to take us through the box score for this one, Aircrew?
Yep, here we go. Game 4 goes to DVS, and the series is tied at 2. Four runs at the top of the second was all it was necessary for DVS to get the win here. 4-2 is your final score in a game where the Lunar Base Space Rangers out-hit the Scorpions 8-7 this week, losing. 3 RBIs for DVS came from Kulik Warren. On a 1-for-4 day, coming from a 3-run shot against Wright in the dirt. And for Lunar Base, 2 hits for Dobson, 2 hits for Morgan, 3 hits, 2 RBIs for Oatmeal, the third on a 3-for-3 day. Shout out to instantaneous leader Oatmeal, the third, who had 3 doubles. A trip dub there. Scott gets the win. Lebowski gets the hold. Scudder gets the save as In the Dirt gets the loss with both Scott, the DVS starter, being a player of the game. 5 innings, 1 earned run.
Alrighty. So we have one majors game already sorted, and that's going to be a quick sim of Game 5 once we eventually get to that. But first, we have a big question: will New York sweep their way to the World Series, or will Outer Banks stave off elimination here by picking up a win in game number 4? They're going to need to reverse sweep in order to make it to the World Series. They got a tough road ahead of them, a tough mountain to climb. And that Mountain State is New York, who has a 3-0 lead in the series already. New prediction is live. According to Dolores Clifton, bet all of your channel points. I don't know if I'm going to be as liberal with my bets there, but if you want to bet all of your channel points, by all means, go for it. But Voyagers versus OBX. While we get the predictions in here, Aircrew, real quick, give me like one or two players from each side that you're going to be keeping an eye on for game number 4 here.
Offensively, TGP and Bobby Verson. And pitching, Dictator and
Otto. Okay.
The closer.
The closer, yeah. I think those are really good picks here. Yeah. I'm gonna be interested to see if we do have the stolen base new single season record holder in Urs Schneider as well. I'm interested to see if Schneider's going to get on the base path and steal some more bases before his career ends shortly.
Schneider got 109?
He passed 109. He passed 109. I think he's at one. I think he got 112.
Yeah.
So 112 on the season for Urs Schneider and the new single season stolen base record holder. We'll see if they tear up the base paths in their retirement tour. In the playoffs, if they're going to steal some more bases, this is the game to do it because it could be the last one for the Aviators. We are going to head on into game, and I will be taking you through the OBX lineup, which means that Aircrew will be taking us through the top of the first with Frankenstero, Cove, and Crocs out due up first against starting pitcher Caesar Azuaj. Ready to get on into game, Aircrew?
Let's go.
All right, take it away.
Promise. Here we are in OBX, North Carolina for Game 5 of the Legends Conference Finals, where the Voyagers are visiting the Aviators as Frankenstein will ground out for number 1. And out number 2 against Belachkov, a strikeout. Bringing up Rocks out with your Rocks out. We're going to fly out for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3. I'll start strong on the mound.
Evil Dictator will take to the mound here. A 0.66 ERA so far in 2 starts in the playoffs. And gets Urs Schneider to ground out quickly. But Cole Kim will get a base hit. That one will be down for a single from the OBX catcher. Our first hit of the ball game. And our second hit of the ball game won't take too much time afterwards. But Bipperson gets on board to make it first and third. Deep drive to right. 43 senior will start off the scoring for the Outer Banks Aviators. Their bats are alive here with their backs on the line. As 43 senior makes it 3-0 Outer Banks in the early inning of the first. So Sui will ground out to third for out number 2, and that will bring up Marcus Emerson, the hot-hitting DH, who grounds out as well. But Outer Banks, that's how you start the game. 3-0 as we head to the top of the second.
Top of the second as TGP ground out. Bringing up Squints Palladors, who, that one was bubbled by the first baseman. And Palladors doesn't have one base, they have 2. Runner.
Oh,
that was a balk. A balk. Oh boy. And that drives a run in. It's a double for Moose, driving Palladors in. Oh my god, it all comes crashing down right after it went perfect. And that's another mistake for Cove to reach first. And then a walk. The bases are loaded for the Mars. That one is a fly out, but it drives a run in as Moose comes home from third. It's 2-3 Voyagers as Frankenstero is struck out. Looking a crazy happening here with Voyagers getting back 2 of the 3.
And it's going to be Nick Fielder grounding out to start us off in the bottom of the second. Dunkin' Donuts, a base hit. Not often we see the balk animation from the previous inning. Beckett Brooks will get on board with the base hit. And now we have runners at the corners for OBX. And it's going to be Urs Schneider with runners on first and third. Oh, no, that was a pickoff. They got him at first. I didn't even see it. And then Urs Schneider is going to fly out. And that will end the inning. Already a crazy start to this one.
A swing and a miss by Cove. To start us off here at the bottom of the third. Bringing on Kroxat, who has a home run. He has a home run. That was obvious from the moment it made contact with the bat. The game is tied at 3. 424 feet. A solo by Kroxat. And we have the game. As TGP will fly out. I jinxed the man. And Palados will strike out. Bring it.
All right,
As the happening is over with the game tied at 3.
Bottom of the third, 3 unanswered runs from OBX so far. Will they answer back in this inning? They'll start off well with Ko Kim getting a double. Going over the head of James Dion in center. But Dipperson will strike out. Now with a runner in scoring position and 1 away, here's 43 senior already with 3 RBIs on the day. Stolen base attempt and success by Ko Kim. They'll take third. Grounder past the first baseman. OBX will retake the lead here. On to second. Safe at second for 43 senior. Already with a double and a home run now. And all 4 of the RBIs in this game. Sweet will ground out to advance 43 senior to third. Emerson with a base hit. 43 senior now not the only one with an RBI on OBX. That's going to be a double for Marcus Emerson to make it 5-3. A fielder on the appeal went too far around for strike 3, and that will be the inning as OBX takes 2 runs back on the board. 5-3 they lead.
Will moves the shortstop at the plate, grounds out at first. That is at number 1. A.F.A. Cove will the strikeout on the circle change. That's out number 2. And Dion will complete the 1-2-3 with a pop out to the first, who extends and reaches to the skies to grab this ball.
That was like over his shoulder, one-handed grab, reaching. What a play by the first baseman. Bonus will ground out to start off the bottom of the 4th. Deep drive by Brooks, but it won't make it. It's going to be a fly out to TGP, and now Urs Schneider will strike out. A 1-2-3 inning for Evil Dictator on the mound, and we head back to the top of the 5th.
With Franklin DeMars, the first baseman from the 9. That one is high. It is not deep enough, though, and it is caught by the left fielder, Duncan Donuts. And that one is caught by the center fielder, out number 2. And that's a base hit. Velasco has a base hit. It is a sliding double, improving their batting average to 345. And Kroxat swings and misses. The side is retired despite the hit. 3-5-3 OBX.
It's going to be Cole Kim starting us off here in the bottom of the 5th against Dictator. Base hit by Kim. They'll be on board with a single, their 3rd hit of the ball game. But Bipperson will ground to a fielder's choice, though, and take Kim off the base paths. Here's 43 senior, already 2 for 2 today with 4 RBIs. 3 for 3 for 43 senior. They are having one heck of a game, both at the plate and in the field. They were the one at first to make that great play we saw a little bit earlier. Sweet will fly out, but it will bring home a base runner. But Bipperson scores from third, and now it's 6-3 OBX. Emerson with a fly ball into center field. It will be caught. But the Aviators score again, increasing their lead to 3. It's now heading to the top of the 6th.
Top of the 6th, here we go with Queens Palador following up a TGP out. It is a single as Moon strikes out. That is out number 2 against the Voyagers, and that one looked like a base hit, but it is a ground out against Cole. The Voyagers cannot get it going. They're still down by 3.
It's going to be Nick Fielder, the center fielder. First up for the Aviators here in the bottom of the 6th. Fly out to right. TGP puts the glove on it for out number 1. New pitcher enters the game is Johnny Pady V2 and immediately gets Dunkin' Donuts to strike out. We'll see if Pady V2 can put the lid on the OBX scoring that's been happening here today. Beckett Brooks will strike out to end the inning. And we're through 6 innings. OBX has a 3-run lead as we head to the top of the 7th.
The game is 6-3 in favor of the Aviators as Dion is got out here with the Mars getting a single and Stero following up with a strikeout, something we've seen so frequently in this game by the Voyagers. And that is a base hit by Cove. Cove gets to first, the Mars advances to third. I don't know we're going to one of the 3 runs back, but it is a swing and a miss by Cruxout. And the half inning is over. We're heading to the stretch.
It's going to be Payday V2 back on the mound. Top of the lineup for the Aviators. Schneider will get that one over the head of Dion in center. Schneider on board with a double. Here's Cole Kim. 3 for 3 on the day. 4 for 4 for Cole Kim. Great day for both Kim and 43 Senior in the OBX lineup. It's going to be ball 4 on a full count for Bob Dickerson to load the bases. Here's 43 Senior strikeout. And after a great 3 at-bats by 43 Senior, finally an out recorded by the first baseman. Sui will follow suit with a strikeout as well. Back-to-back Ks for Romeo Rosas. Marcus Emerson will get a base hit. That's going to bring home 2. 8-3 now in favor of the Aviators. And now it's going to be Nick Fielder grind out to first. That's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the top of the 8th. Voyagers need to score 5 runs in these last 2 innings just to tie it back up.
The Voyagers have a mountain to climb here, and they waste their first out in game 3 and follow suit as Otas come in hot to close the door. And that one is a flyout by Moose. Quick 1-2-3 by Otto. OBX still up.
All right, bottom of the 8th, Dunkin' Donuts will start us off with a ground out against Romeo Rosas. Beckett Brooks now steps into the box and strikes out. That'll bring up Schneider. 1 for 4 on the day for Schneider. Make it 1 for 5 on the strikeout. Aviators still lead by 5, and we head to the top of the 9th. Voyagers need 5 runs in this inning to tie it up.
And that is a ground out, started off by Cove. Dion coming in from the 8th hole has a flyout here against the left fielder Dunkin' Donuts. A swing and a miss, and the series extends. 8-3 win for the Aviators, and we're heading to game number 5. As Ada be saying in the chat, they ain't done yet.
Not quite yet. No sweep. Go ahead.
There is fight still in OBX after Cole Kim goes 4 for 4 on the day. 43 Senior goes 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs, and Emerson goes 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. On the side of New York, 2 hits for Cole, with the RBIs coming from Cruxout, Moose, and Domars. Gator gets the loss. 4 innings, 6 runs, as Azuaje gets a win. A quality start, 6.2 with 1 earned run. Otto gets a save, 2.1 with nothing. Only 4 strikeouts. 43 Senior is your player of the game. Old Jose is still able to do this.
Yes, he is. All right, so that's going to do it for October the 1st. As mentioned, the Miners have a travel day. So we'll go ahead and save and advance. And we will go ahead and start with the minor leagues. Since we just had the majors, we'll give the majors GMs a little bit of time to get any changes in that they need. Stamina check for the Swifties. All right, stamina check. Trey Taylor, 100. Along with Me is good. Blank Space is good. Neuromantics is at 57. Hospital Socks, 51. 96 for T2. Everyone else is at 100%. Dillo's also a stamina check. Okay. Gritty is at 82% as a reliever. Works 93. Garlic Bread 86. Mudbone 76. Serve It Up 80. Charlie at 94. Everyone else 100. Kingpin stamina check. Okay. We have My Dog, 58. Bottom, 76 is a reliever. Girl Boss, 96. Crony, 94 is a reliever. McMorris, 98. Perez, 94 is a reliever. And Big Yosh, 33. Everyone else at 100. Bears gonna let it ride. Okay. Swifties have changes. Let's see. We have Hospital Socks to none specified. Avoid high leverage. And none. Okay. Anything else, Anik, or just that? Dillas have changes. We'll go ahead and switch over to the Dillas real quick. Back to, okay, Mudbone to Stopper. 8th and close closer. Served up to Middle Leaf. Use more often. And setup. Charlie to normal use. None. Okay. Anything else, Zodiac or Double Dub, or are you guys good from there? Uh-oh, we're going to drop some frames here a sec. Kingpins have changes. Perez, none specified, already there. Yosh, none specified. None specified, normal for Big Yosh. My Dog to Middle Leaf. Middle Leaf normal usage, I take it? Go ahead and save. Swifties say they're fine. Dillos say they're fine. Alright, just waiting on confirmation from the Kingpins. Kingpins, you good? I think I just saved, but I'm going to save again because I'm paranoid. Alright, so both of these games, game 6, okay, we got it, thanks, perfect.